Hey everybody, and welcome back to Koi Pond Lifestyle. Right, busy day we've got on today. We've got loads of things going on. Still got a few problems with the fish spitting their food out, so we've a little bit of an update on that and how we're going to go forward with that one. Got loads of fantastic comments from the last video, so we're going to try some of those ideas today. For example, remember in my last video I had 2 air discs in my pond and I took one out to put in the filter system. So I'm going to replace that now because I think I needed a little bit more air going in. So I've got myself another little air disc today. That's going to be going in. De-chlorinator. I think it's about time we change that de-chlorinator. It's coming about time to do that. So we've got the 2 little inserts over there. So we're going to change the de-chlorinator today. Feeding. Now then, this is an interesting one. Because my fish are spitting the food out at the moment, we've tried a little garlic oil in the feed, which is kind of working. The fish kind of enjoy it. However, it doesn't seem to have grabbed it. So what I'm going to try today is I've got a little bit of sinking food that I'm going to put in, and I'm going to see if they spit out the sinking food, because at the moment they don't seem to be wanting to take the floating food. Now, why are you doing that, Anne? I'll tell you. Because I put in some crackers the other day. I thought I'd just chuck them a bit of a treat in, just come on, eat something, will you? Chuck some crackers in the other day and they took that in, but not all of them did, because some of the little fish were obviously overwhelmed by the bigger fish taking in these crackers. So I chucked 2 or 3 crackers in, they ate them. So that's interesting. So I'm just thinking, do I need to sort of look at what I'm feeding them? And maybe that's why. So I'm still in and out and a little bit unsure why they're spitting their food out, but they still are. So let's have a look at what else we've got to do around the pond. Okay, this has been in now for 3 weeks, and as you can see, the algae growth is getting a little bit too much now. So we're going to get that off today as well and give that a bit of a quick spring clean. Well, it's not spring anymore anyway. We're going to get it clean anyway. Filter floss, that needs to go today. See how we're getting these little patches here? Because basically the muck's coming from there into there, catching there, polishing it before it goes down through there, and then before it goes through there. I've also put some, as you can see, I've also put some filter floss on the outlets just to see what else is getting through. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a tinge. These have been on for 3 days now, so 3 days worth of collection on there. But I've got to be careful. You've got to be careful on these, because if these get blocked up, you're in a whole world of pain. So I really do keep a close eye on them. How's this doing? I don't know. I can't check for good bacteria. How the hell do you do that? You know what to do. Yeah, I can't check for good bacteria, so the only way I can check that this is working is watching my nitrite levels disappear and nitrate levels crack up. So, but as you can see, it's still collecting on the sides. It's still collecting along here, so I still come in every morning, knock it all back down and back on. And then it slowly rises back up again. So I don't really know what I can do with that, but anyways, let's get these other jobs done. Let's get started. Okay, just before we start there's a bit of a task we have on today. I just want to say a big hello to all the new subscribers. Flipping out, we have a sudden insurge of loads of people subscribing to the channel, which is fantastic. And I want to thank you very much indeed, because it just helps us develop this channel, move forward, keep making content, making sure that you guys are enjoying the content out there. And by all means, you know, comment below if you're enjoying these videos, or you want to see some videos, or there's something you would like to see me do on the channel, then by all means, you know, that's what the little boxes are for below. So, you know, clicking your like, subscribing down the bottom end, sharing to all your friends, and clicking that notification bell all helps towards the cause. So I want to thank you very much for that. So hello to all the new subscribers, hello to the existing subscribers, and thank you very much for your comments. So let's get on with the first job. Okay, so here we go. If you remember right, I had the 2 airlines that were sort of coming down the side of the filter system and heading off to the pond. Now I cut one of them so I could bring this airline into here to be able to create this media air blowing. But what I did was I saved the end of the line, which is somewhere along here. Where is it? There it is. Which is there. So luckily I saved that bit of line, because that's the end of the line that I snipped to bring into there. So all I'm going to do is couple up to that one now, and then feed down to the new disc. So let's get that coupled up and ready to roll. Okay, so here's a new bit of pipe. Fitted that through from the I got one of these couplers, one of them, so I can couple up with one side to the other. Oh, I lost it now. I've been calling it. There you go, nice one. Okay, so that's to there, and that to there, so that's coupled up quite nicely now. I think I might stick a bit of tape around that just to double check it's nice and tight. So I'll leave that on there a minute and then we'll just get that taped over. Okay, while we're here, instead of moving us around, we're going to give this a clean off. This is only its second time it's been in. The old faithful filter floss. Don't you just love that stuff? Let's give that a clean off. And back in. Because it cleans off really well, this stuff does. Like I say, I usually give it a couple of goes. You know, don't knock it for... give it a couple of blasts. Because it is cheap as chips, filter floss is. And to be honest, you know, I could comment on other vertical systems, but I kind of feel that the filter floss does a similar thing for about £2. But anyways, I'm not going to get embroiled in that in that discussion, to be honest, because I've seen people fail with that one. Nice and clean, zing ping. This, like I say, this it seems to be bubbling quite nice. You see it climb up the wall still, but okay, let's get on with the next job. Okay, so I've got the new disc. They always reckon you should submerge them underwater first. I don't know, I'm not really sure why, that's what it says in the packet, so I just follow what the instructions say. And so yeah, new disc. Like I said, I did have 2 of these in the pond to begin with, but I moved one into the filter system. So I've reopened this airline again, put another line on it, and it's just a case of connecting this one up now. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to lower this to here. There we go. Let's get it fired up. Okay, let's get the aquarium cleaned. If anybody's new to the channel, I've not seen the aquarium thing yet, I'll post I know where that link thing is now, you see. I'll post a link up there and you can see how it's done, but basically all I've just got to do is empty it and clean it. So pipe goes up inside, then just empty it, well, let the water back in. There she blows. Okay, I'll clean it off with the same kitchen, whatever you call it, that's been soaked in normal water, then rinsed out plenty in pond water, so no detergents left in it, and just give it a scrub off. And that's it. Maybe, what did that take me? About 40 seconds. So you get a lot of people that say, no, don't bother with them because they just get full of algae all the time and you're washing them continually. Well, no, not really. This has been on for nearly 3 weeks now, and it's just started to go green. So 40 seconds later, or maybe 50 seconds later, it's clean again. Just put it back on. So there you go, dead easy to do these. I know some people are put off by what they believe is the cleaning and the maintenance of them, but it probably takes you longer to empty them than to, as you've just seen. So just got to get it filled. This always comes in handy, just to use my window stuff, because just need to clear off the outside of the of the aquarium, make it look all nice. So you can see the fish quite clearly when they get in it. So there you go. Doesn't take long at all, nice and clean. So on to the next job. Now this is one that is interesting. I don't like to think I'm copying anybody on this one, because I don't mean to on this one, I wish I wasn't. But I was watching Martin down at Devon Koi Pond, and he was having problems with a load of black, slimy, skin-like stuff in the pond. Like that. Yep, these ponds certainly do keep you busy. Where this comes from, I think, is I had some blanket weed come through, just starting to show, and I got some of that clover leaf blanket answer stuff, and did a quarter dose of that just to put it in, just to get rid of it early, which it did, which was fantastic. But it seems like the whole edge, the whole inside lining of the pond has turned into this skin stuff. What the hell? Oh man, I tell you. I just keep doing this anyway. Keep smiling. But now I've got a... Just when I was getting my water nice and clear as well, because I like to look after my water. Look after your water, fish look after themselves. Is I've got to scrape all this off now, make a mess in the water again. So, such is life, that's something else I've got to do. Best get scraping. Right, so before I get too involved in taking that blooming black skin stuff out the pond, which to me, I think, like Martin says down at Devon Koi, it's going to take ages, that is. So I'm going to get my de-chlorinator done, so let's just get that out. Okay, so this is my de-chlorinator. It's a doubled de-chlorinator. You've got the carbon on this side, and then you've got a filter on this side. Comes with a big key. So you basically put the key and unscrew it. And then same with this side. And then your filters go inside these tubes and filter. So let's get them done. Right, so I've got the old ones out. This is the old cartridge. This is, if you look at that one and then that one, let's take the cover off so you can see properly. They do need changing. That's the old one, that's the new one. So this is the water filter one. This is one that goes in first, and then you've got the carbony bit that goes in afterwards. Now with these ones that I have, you always get the rubbery seal at the top, and I make sure that's sealed at the top so no chlorinated water goes through, and then just chlorinate comes out the bottom and away. You'll see how that works in a minute. So anyway, let's get these back in. And I've got them written at the back. Simple, stupid, so don't forget. So it basically goes through the paper one first and gets rid of any mechanical issue, any mechanical waste, and then into the carbon one, and then into the pond. Oh, I got it first time. Then you get a little key thing, snip them up. Now what you have to do with these as well is you have to run them for what it calls several minutes. Just to, because you'll find that in the carbon side, the outlet, is you get loads of carbon coming through, and you obviously don't want that going down through your pond and out. So we're just going to run this for a couple of seconds, well, for several, whatever it takes to do it. So hose pipe in the end, that's the inlet, and then my usual bit of hose. I stick this down the plug hole and let it run. Let's see if we can see what comes out. So it fills them up now. And then fills the second one up, and there it goes. You see loads of carbony black stuff. Just let that run for a while. Okay, so these are run through now, and like I said, because you get inlet, it goes down through the middle of the paper cartridge, then out the upside, and then into the next one, down through the centre of the carbon one, and then up through the outside and out the outlet. So get these fitted back in. Right, it's going to have to get cracked on, get this slime blooming stuff off the wall. So I'm going to start sort of the back wall and work my way down. Probably take me 2-3 days to do this because I don't want to do it all at once. It's got to obviously go into the filters and start messing the filters around. So I can't really, I don't want too much of a mess in the filters. So I think I'll do it in stages. And I'm going to try to reach as much as I can. So I'm going to try to go down as deep as I can with one arm and then pull it back up when I've just sort of get it off the sides here. But there is going to be a point where I have to get all the way down to the bottom, so I'll have to use the pole and something like this, I don't know. Yeah, it's just scraping off just like skin. Blah. If anybody knows where this stuff comes from and why it happens, you know what to do. Okay, this is annoying, look at this. I've done that wall now, and that wall. I've had to take out the aquarium again, because all the stuff was just straight up in the aquarium, so that's had to come out, so that'll just stay on the background now, and wait till this is cleared. The water's looking horrible, I'm well miffed, I can't believe it. It looks like pea soup, I'm gutted. But, you know what we said, what this hobby's like, it's what it is. If you look through here, you can only just see OJ. And over there, oh my god. I'm not going to do this at the same time, I'm just going to just do that wall and this wall this week, and then that wall and what's left down this end next week, because this is ridiculous. I'm not happy with this at all. But such is life. Let's have a look at the filters. So here we are in the filters, and look at that. Just look at the mess going in here. It's all running past the filters. Well, it's in the right place, obviously, because we get this done. But now this means more filter cleaning. Such is life. Blah, blah, blah. So, let's have a quick look in there. It's coming through here, and it's landing in there. Which is okay, because I don't mind it landing in that stuff. Because I can get that filter floss all cleaned up and whip that out. Get that clean, put it back in again. So I'm going to leave that now. But the thing is, I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with this until late evening, because I don't want anything blocking up and creating a blockage. So I'm going to just I'm not going to do any more now. I've done enough damage for today with this. So I'm going to now sit on here and watch this happen, and then get it all cleaned off. Okay, this is what's taken out then. Look at that. That's just the stuff taken out by hand. Slimy, sludgy stuff. Oh, here we go, look at that. Just dead algae. I put it under the microscope, and it was dead under the microscope as well. Nothing moving whatsoever. Slimy skin. So, I suppose now make some space in the pond on the side, that we can get some fresh algae growth on there now. More of the beneficial stuff. Here we go, look. Look at that. Yeah, it's just blowing it up off the bottom. Ooh. Make sure we don't fall in. Another bit there. Another bit there. We'll stand here all day doing this, can't I? Right. Oh, why did I start this? Oh my god. Ah, jeez. I've been this all day. I know they said it's going to be like, I don't know, this video's going to be about, I don't know, maybe 20-25 minutes if that. But this has been all day job. Got on the pond. Anyway, let me show you where we are now. We've been here a few hours now, watching the rubbish get out the pond, cleaning the filters. So let me just show you where the fish are. Right, so it's clearing up a little bit now. It's not as pea soup, but it still is. So that's going to take all night to clear, I would say. That's what it is. I'm going to kick that back in again in a little while. And here we are with the filters. Just complete purge, complete drain. I've got a little bit of rubbish left at the bottom there. I'm just going to get the siphon and get that out. and then get it all filled back up quick, because I've got this media out of water at the moment, but the air's still blowing, so as soon as I get this kicked back in, the better. So you shouldn't have rubbish come out, unbelievable amounts. But anyway, let's get this all cleaned up. And while I'm here, let me just show you this is this little siphon thing that I put in. I told you I was losing media in the echoey box. Hello? There you go, I put this little siphon on in the outlet, which is working out really well. So it's a little bit of rubbish down there, I can't get out. Making them funny noises when I talk because I'm leaning. So I think we're just going to fill this back up now. Get it filled because I need to get this media back underwater again. So let's go. Right, this is going to be a long job. I think Martin at Devon Coil will have some good comments for this one, because if you can see there, that's where the inlet is, or the outlet from the pond, you say, inlet into the vortex, and that's just pouring this stuff in. You can see it coming in now. Let me get a different angle for you. I'm just literally sitting here watching it flow in from the bottom drain into the vortex. Cleaned it 3 times now. There you go, big chunks of it now coming in. So this is going to be a daily thing. I think for the next 3 or 4 days I'm going to be clearing this. What a pain in the backside this is going to be. I'm glad I only did one wall, well 2 walls. One long wall and one short wall. Otherwise I could have been here for days. So I've just put my blocking thing in, because I'm trying to stop as much of it going from here into there. I mean, it's going to happen overnight time. I can't keep this in overnight because it blocks up and then everything's green cracked. But like I say, just watching this continually come in, which is interesting through there. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to just siphon some of this off tonight, get as much out as I can, and then just take the rest on the chin tomorrow when I get home from work, and then just keep doing it until it's all gone, and then a week later I'll start on the other wall. Interesting. Oh wow, been a busy one today. I've done nothing but the pond today. Timing's been all out today. I've done things that I didn't really expect to do or want to do. Started something I didn't really want to do, but I had to do it. The dead algae on the side of the pond. I don't know whether that was a good idea starting that today, because I was trying to do other things. I've got my second fluke treatment to go in yet, and it's late now, so this has got to go in, and I've got another hour yet. I'm putting this in, so I think while this is going in I shall just finish off tidying up the filter system. Graham, gloves on this time, mate. Keeps reminding me, Graham does, that I've not got my gloves on. So I've got the next fluke treatment in. It's just about cooled down now, so with my gloves on I'm going to put this in to the pond now over the next hour, and hopefully that's it. So let's get that done. Okay, first bit's gone in now. Just going to tidy up these filters. I've been actually siphoning off a lot of the rubbish that's been coming out, and it's going to be continual, this says now, for the next few days. I was watching Devon Coy the other day, and he's having the same or similar nightmare. Straight into the vortex, filling the vortex full of the black skin-like stuff. So that's such is life on that one. That's going to keep me busy for a little while now. Anyway, I'm going to continue this tomorrow, and hopefully we're going to see some results from tomorrow. Hopefully this water's going to clear up. Hopefully nobody's spitting their food out. Hopefully nobody's flashing anymore. Hopefully my filters have sorted themselves out. Hopefully I'm still sane. Well, I'm a little bit insane. I think somebody posted one time the word fruitcake. Yeah, I'll have to get some fruitcake. So stick around. We've got the conclusions to everything we've done over the last few days as we take this video into tomorrow. So let's fast forward to tomorrow. Zoop. Okay, here we go, day 2. So this is interesting because look at this. Everybody's at the window today. That is a really good sign. You throw food in there now and 90% of the fish are swallowing the food now. There's only that little 10%, and that's reducing, that are spitting it back out again. So what have I done different to everybody else out there who is having the same issues? So what I did with these guys was last night I gave them a second dose of Fluke M, and that's really all I've done. I'll show you in a minute what I've done to the pond with regards to that black stuff on the pond, because I'm coming out the other side of that, which is quite nice. So 24 hours I was expecting a week of clearing that rubbish off the side, but yeah, look, and they're all wanting food. I'll show you. Happy days. So, there's been no miracle performed here that I'm aware of. I saw no clapping of thunder or some big guy with a white beard and a white hair and a stick parting the waves. All I did was the second dose of Fluke M, and that was on day 8 after the first one. And to be honest, when I put it in, I was a little bit dubious about putting it in because I put it in on top of all the rubbish that I had in the pond. So I had all that black stuff that I'd taken off the pond. The pond was misted out anyway, and I thought to myself, is this a really good idea? And then I thought, sod it, go for it. So I did. So I've gone for it. So let me just show you what the pond looks like now. So all this edge and all this edge has been cleaned off. As you can see, all the black is now off. There's really just sort of minuscule of what's left on. So I've still got to do a couple of this, the wall that I'm stood next to now, the front window, that's got to be done yet, where the window is, that's still got to be done. But that and that is now done, thank God. So let me just show you what's done to the filters. Right, so this is how my filters are looking today. Lots better since yesterday. I had all these brushes out as you saw in the video earlier. Everything was out. Now overnight, see that big patch of black down there? That is remnants of what was at the bottom of the pond. So I'm going to get that out now. Some people have been saying, oh, you've got to dump your vortex again. I'm not going to this time. I dumped it and I purged it 3 times last night, and that's a lot of water. So this time I'm going to get your faithful out. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to siphon off the rubbish. Let's go. Okay, so let's recap on what we've done over the last 2 or 3 days to get this pond where it is at the moment. So, first thing we did was change the de-chlorinator. So the theory there was a de-chlorinator green crackered? Had it done its job? Did it need replacing? So was the water I was putting in letting chlorine into the pond? Because obviously chlorine is not very good for the fish and it doesn't help them very much in the water. So did that help? The next thing we did was the second dose of Fluke M. So we went for the second dose, even though we weren't finding anything on the scrapes. And even Steve came around, even he said, I think you might be wasting your time there with that second dose. But give it a whirl, see what happens. So we did, and the theory there is potentially, was it gill fluke? So whether was the fluke in the gill, and we were scraping the side of the fish trying to find something, didn't find anything because it was actually in the gill. Is that possible? If you don't mind. You know what to do. I had a go at trying that sinking food that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but they was kind of sucking it in and spitting it back out, but that was yesterday. I didn't film that bit because it didn't seem worth it. I was dumping food in, standing watching them, and they were just sucking it in and spitting it back out. So floating or sinking food, it didn't really matter, so I don't believe it was down to the food. We did the clean of the side of the pond, so we've done these 2 edges. We've done them now. But I don't think that had anything to do with it. That was just dead algae that I'd seen Martin down at Devon Koi experience, looked at mine and thought, cripes, I've got the same thing, damn, I'm going to have to give it a clean as well. So it just murked the pond up. I'm not going to bother doing these last 2 sides, that side and this one, for another weekend. I've got people coming around over the weekend and I don't want them looking at pea soup. So I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to get this water back up and running and back to how it should be. And we also put the other air line in. Somebody commented and said, don't forget, you know, you need a lot of air in these ponds because now the summer's better and the sun's out, the sun draws out oxygen from your pond. So because I'd moved the disc I had and put it into my filter system, that was probably taking a lot of the oxygen, because I read up somewhere, or I saw somebody on the line, or however, I forgot where I saw it, but anyway, they were saying that whatever you put into your filter system in oxygen doesn't generate the same amount of levels when it comes out your filters and back into your pond. the bacteria takes a lot of the oxygen away and uses it for itself, which is good, which is why it's there. So you've got to be still putting directly into your pond oxygen. And I'd actually taken one out, so I put another one in. So that's everything I've done over the last 2 to 3 days that has got the fish back to a level where they are eating just over 90% of the time, and they're spitting out 5% of the time, maybe 10%, but 90% of the time they're actually swallowing it now and getting on with it. I haven't seen any flashing since I've been back from work. You know, it's now kind of 6:45 at night time, so they're even going up into the aquarium. You've probably seen them through the video going up into the aquarium now. I dumped some food up there earlier on to encourage them to go up, and then I'm using it again, as you can see. So they're actually actively looking for food now, which is fantastic. So if anything on here, on this video has helped you today, please try it, because it seems to have worked for me, and away we go from there. So on that bombshell, that's the end of the video. Thanks very much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, please click the subscribe down the button, like the video if you like the video, ding the bell for notifications, and share to all your friends. Thanks very much for watching. This was quite an interesting but busy clip-on lifestyle.